Welcome to the Javier Mendez Podcast. We are back with Javier after some fights, but other good news going on. You just got back from Washington. Were you just there for a night for the PFL or?
Yeah, I was there for the PFL. I was working Enrique Barzola here at the gym with Team Khabib. Khabib's here too with Usman and Imam and Sagid and Tahir and Islam Mabadov, who's now a coach with us, and we're all here. We're just working, trying to get ready for the next fights. And so I went also to help Imam. I call him Imam. One of Habib's guy was in the semifinals of the PFL tournament, $1 million tournament, and Morad, another one that was in the semifinals. So I worked both of their corners because I work with them a little bit. I'm not their coach, but I work with them a little bit in Abu Dhabi, Dubai. When I was over there, I worked with them for about a month, so I seen what they had. I didn't work with them last month. They have their own coaches, but I was there helping them out.
They want you there because they want some of that Javier in the corner action. They're like, we don't care if you did anything. You're good luck, Jav. You have such a winning record. Please stand up.
It's I have a lot of experience. Experience goes a long way when you look at things and you can change things. And people get nervous and there's a corner. I don't. I've been in so many corners. The outcome is the outcome. You got to stay focused on who you're fighting against and what weaknesses they may present. Because if you don't pay attention, it's kind of hard to miss. And a lot of people in coaching, they lose their voices because they scream too much. And so you got to watch when you scream, and you got to watch also too. You can't scream all the time because it's too noisy. They can't hear you no matter what. So you got to choose when you can say it and when you can't say it. It's hard when the crowd's really loud. You can't be screaming because no one can hear nothing.
Yeah, it's true. It's like, but I'd like to have, if I was a fighter, I'd like to have someone like you in the corner because I just thinking about that deep depth of knowledge like you're talking about. I'm like, if that's an option. Even though this is my prime coach and this guy's held the mitts for me most of the time, and this guy's been with me 98% of the time. But if I could have one more bonus and add Javier Mendez as a fighter, hell yeah, I'd love that.
Well, I don't know about you.
That'd be nice to have as far as like, someone of your caliber.
I don't know about me per se, but having another experienced guy that's had that kind of experience, it's an added plus. Because that's just another set of eyes, and maybe the people that are cornering there already are really good, right? They're really good and they don't need you. But sometimes to say something and the guy that's got the most experience is saying the same thing you're saying, it kind of helps you as a coach knowing that, okay, I'm on the right track because this guy who's had so many cornering experiences, so many years in the business, he's saying the same thing I'm saying. So it's obviously good. And sometimes it doesn't matter what you do as a corner, what you say, whether it's the correct thing or not, it's whether your fighter is able to do them or not. Because there's some fighters that are so damn good, they adjust to whatever it is that you do. And it's not taught, it's something that they do and they can do. And so they do it. I'll give you for instance, in one of the second fights. Okay, let's just talk about Barzola's fight against Tyler Diamond, we knew that Tyler was the bigger guy, Division I wrestler, very good wrestler, good resume, good everywhere. Tyler's good everywhere. Not great on the stand-up, but good, but not great, powerful, good wrestler, decent on submissions, not great, but good, so he's good everywhere. And Barzola's a dog, he's a dog. So, he's got great cardio, he's got a decent chin, and he's got heart of a warrior, and he'll continue to go. So the game plan is that we have to keep pushing and pushing because Tyler is the bigger guy. We have to avoid the big strikes, but we got to push the pace. We got to push the pace out of him, and hopefully we can get him tired. And that was the whole plan, is to get Tyler Diamond tired, from making him work hard. And that's exactly what happened. And about the middle of the second round, it started playing in our favor. The first round was definitely, I thought,
leaning his way. They definitely leaning towards Tyler. Yeah,
definitely leaning towards Tyler. The second round definitely went our way, and then the third round 100% went our way. But it was exactly what we as coaches were working on, is to put the pressure on him and try to break him, because he's going to have to resort to wrestling. And the whole idea was to push the punching, push the pace, and make him having to shoot, and then get him tired. And then that's what happened. We pushed the pace, we got him tired, and that's the thing about fighting. You know, when you get tired, it doesn't matter how great of an athlete you are. There's not much you can do when you're tired.
Yeah.
It's a big deal. So we went in that one, and so Barzola started us off really well with the victory. Very proud of him. He's a great warrior. You know, that guy's a great warrior, and he's got a great coach with him over there that helps him out all the time. You know, and he's won winning with me in his corner at every one of the fights. So me, him, and Ron Kessler, the head coach here for me at AKA, we work Barzola's corner. He's been successful with us, but Barzola is a warrior. He's just a warrior. And then the next fight, you know, I had one of Khabib's guy, Morad, and I don't know his last name. I don't even know his opponent's name. I know one thing: his opponent's a badass. That I do know. It was the semifinals.
He was undefeated. Like he'd beat him before, supposedly.
In the amateurs. They beat him in the amateurs.
Right.
Amateurs. But that guy's gone up since then. And that guy was the total package. But Morad got knocked out by him. I didn't see that fight. He got knocked out by him. So I was like, oh, man. And then 2 months ago, he got knocked out or something like that. So now we're fighting the guy again that he just got knocked out by. And I didn't know anything about the guy, but I was there to work Murad's corner. So what I saw right away is wrestling wasn't going to work. And Murad's stand-up, he doesn't have the confidence in his stand-up that he needs to. He's a warrior, and he's just going to get better. The more he gets in there and learns and works on his stand-up, the better he's going to be and be able to utilize his wrestling, because he's got great wrestling, great submissions. So Morad is going to have to, you know, take a step back, rebound, come back stronger, and he will. But his opponent is more than, he's got his hands full too, because now he's meeting another Russian guy that's 17-0 in the final. So 2 Russian guys are going to fight in that welterweight title for the PFL $1 million. And then on the other side, on the featherweight, you know, we have another team, Khabib. I call him Imam. And Imam is somebody that when I was there, I worked with Morad a couple of times. Advice, I work with all the guys in advice. Mm-hmm. With Morad, I work with them a couple of times on the mitts. So I know how good Morad can get. With Imam, I worked none. I didn't work anything with him on the mitts. He's got great coaches back home, from what Khabib's telling me. And coaches has been with him for a long time. This kid, I didn't need to do anything to him, just give him the right advice. And even if I didn't give him the right advice, Imam would have taken it, and he'd have done his thing. And he fought a really super tough Brazilian, Braga, I think was his name, if I'm not mistaken. Braga is the last name. Now Braga was, man, that guy has some stone hands of stone, kind of very, very strong, very, very big guy for featherweight. And we had to fight him staying on the outside. I'll point him, and that's exactly what he did. And
he was staying in the center, going around him.
Yeah. And the way the fight ended up going was because of the way we had to move. Some judge scored it for the other guy, and it was like crazy, because I thought we had it 30-27. 2 judges had it 30-27 for us. The other judge had it 29-28 for the Braga guy, and I'm like, no way. But you know, that's why you can never leave things like that to the judges, only because he was the aggressor. He was pressing the whole time, but on the connect and the countering, it was Imam. Imam was, you know, outpointing him and outdoing everything, but he was tough to take down. We really couldn't take him down. We tried a couple of times, but didn't.
He looked like a rock, like a big stone.
He was
stone sculpture. He's like, nah. You know, it's like, and he looked so much bigger than your guy too.
He was. But you know, but Imam now he's gonna fight Lachlan.
I think I know what you're talking
about. Two times. I think he's won the tournament 2 times, and he's been in the final. So he's used to 5 rounds. So that's the thing we got to work on. I don't know if I'll be able to work with Imam or not, if he's with us in Dubai, or, you know, if I have an opportunity, I will help his other coaches with Khabib, give him a game plan to win the finals. And I think it's October 30th in Saudi Arabia. I think I'm not 100% sure, but the PFL finals are going to be in Saudi. That I'm pretty sure is going to happen.
It's Brendan Loughnane.
Brendan Loughnane. Okay.
He's 35-0. He's out of England.
No, he's not 35-0. He's got 35 wins. He's got lost like 5%.
30 wins and 5 losses, I think.
Okay, there you go. Yeah. That's more like it. Yeah. He's not 35-0. You'd hear about 35-0 this one.
No. Like, hey, world record.
if I told you he won the PFL 2 years, but that was a finalist and won, then how could he be 35-0, right?
That was slip of the lips right there, just the pronunciation of the numbers.
Well,
They made that wrong.
It's okay because look, I didn't know his damn name. Lockley,
right.
Say
Lougane. It's like L-O. It's Loughane. Lougane, like that. Lougane.
Yeah. That sounds about right. But
yeah, you're close.
He's really good, you know. So him and Imam are going to have a war. Imam is now 17-0, and the other two guys in the finals, the one that beat Morad, he's now 19-0-1, and the one he's fighting is actually all of them are managed by Ali.
Okay,
Ali's managed them. Rizwan managed both the guys, so. You know, they got the top talent from the Russia district area, you know, the Dagestan area. They have the best managers in the business is Ali and Rizwan, and they're managed by them. So they got the guys in the finals. So it's almost like, it's like
we're in the Super Bowl again.
Yeah.
Again,
you know, it's like
same as it ever was.
Can't lose because the winner. And the Imam, they don't manage Locklane, I don't think, or maybe they do. I don't know. I don't think so. But if they did, then they got Imam. So the winner is them in the main event. I believe the other guy is theirs. I don't know about the guy that beat Morad. Maybe he's not theirs, but he's from Dagestan too. The guy that beat Morad from Dagestan. So I believe he's from Dagestan. I believe that's what they told me. But he's really good. He's a good kickboxer, good striker, good wrestling, good wrestling defense, great cardio, good mindset, good skill, everything. The guy was really good. Morad just needs more confidence, and that's going to take time to get to that level. He will get there. He will get there. You know, with Khabib, you know, running those guys, he will get there. It's just going to take time.
As for the you know, the UFC card, there's only one fight that we really tuned in on that we really were liking as far as our discussion.
Well, for me, I like MMA in general, so I liked a lot of them. I like that Michael, the guy from Panama. I think it's Panama or Colombia.
Michael
Morales. I really like him. That kid's a stud, man. He is a stud. Watch out for him. That guy, he's special. Did you see that spinning elbow that when he spun elbow and he dropped him? I was like, holy crap. I mean, that we were expecting the spin, but the spinning elbow to drop like that.
Wow.
And, you know, you got to remember, you know, he beat so-and-so who's been around. He's like an Iron Man.
Neil Magny. Neil Magny's been a gatekeeper. He's been an Iron Gate.
He's an Iron Gate for damn sure, you know.
Right.
And if you're not anybody, you're not finishing real Neil Magny. No way. He's got great cardio. He's got great experience. He's fought the best of the best. And this Michael kid, he's special. He's special. What he did really impressed the hell out of me. You know,
he's 17-0 right now.
Yeah, 17-0. Be careful with him. You know, don't write that kid off. You know, you're foolish to do so. He's humble and he is good. He's really good. Got good power, good fight instincts. You know, good ability everywhere. You know, and you know. Careful about it. And that guy's going to make something. So that to me was very entertaining. The bad part for me is on my TV, right? Because it's ESPN Plus, it was blurry. So it was like the worst viewing ever. It's almost like our podcast at times when we're so blurry, people get pissed off at us because they can't see us clearly. Our audio sucks, you know, so it was a really hard watch for me. So I understand you guys that are watching us. I apologize. Len and I are two technically difficult guys in our own right because we should have things perfect and we kind of don't. Maybe we don't say the wrong things, but our technical difficulties are.
Well, I mean, you're always moving locations. You're traveling the world. You don't have a set place. You know, you can just have the same old go to the machine, press the button, go. That's kind of what it is.
But you know, sometimes our audio is horrible, you know, and then our timestamps, people go, "Where's timestamps, you guys? Where's this? Where's that?" Like,
I've been fixing timestamps because AI is making that work a lot easier. It's real easy. It just analyzes everything and it's boom, they're right there. So you used to have to watch the whole thing. Okay, for the first 3 minutes we talk about Khabib. Okay, put that down, and it would take you an hour and a half just to do that. Now it does it like this, which is great. The guys look like they've been having. Oh, I'll come back to that. But the main fight on that card was the really like who's going to take it. The old, the hardened older fighter. He's
Yeah, but we
40.
should talk about the girls fight too. That was a really good fight.
Did you like where you watched the Angela Hill? I didn't catch that one because I got home
Angela
late.
Hill and Richie, yeah, it was a really back and forth fight. It was a really, drag out dog fight. Those girls went for it, man, and they're good everywhere. Angela Hill, man, she's a dog, man. She's so good, everywhere. But Richie, man, she was the younger, a little bit more hungrier, and therefore she was able to edge out the decision. But that was it was a good fight, man. It was back and forth, and I really liked it. And let's see. I mean, now she's 6-1, and let's see if she gets another title shot. She probably deserves another title shot after getting Angela Hill like that. That's I don't know. 6-1. I think that's pretty good resume to be offered a title soon. Hopefully she gets it now, or maybe one more fight. They'll have her fight some other top girl, and then she gets a title fight. But I was impressed with her. I was really impressed with her. Very, very impressive. And
had a lot of back and forth. That was a grind.
That was a grind, man. It was a grind. And then of course now we can talk about the main event. And the main event, again, for me it was horrible because of the blurriness that I hated it because it was like I couldn't see what the hell was going on. Because it's so blurry. It's like, like think about like internet when it's so spotty, you can't speak to somebody because you can't see their face. That's kind of what my vision was. But the fight itself was a barn burner. What a barn burner.
It was a back and forth. It was the old hardened man, Jared Cannonier, who's he's not old. He's young compared to me, but he's 40 years old. And Caio is the younger, bigger guy. And he he's like making a name for himself. He went through another gatekeeper being Jared Cannonier, but Jared was not giving that up easily. And there was a lot of times it looked like he might make a comeback. But, I think Caio was able to keep him at distance a lot, keep him farther out from getting in as much as he wanted to. And that's what it would have taken for him to win. As far as significant strikes, he had 60%. Caio did to the 32.7% of Jared.
Yeah, but the thing about Jared is you called him a gatekeeper. I myself personally don't consider that guy a gatekeeper.
I think top 5 or top 10 or something.
To me, I mean, Neil Magny, I do consider a gatekeeper. Yes.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, he's closer to the top than Neil is right now.
Yeah, right. Jared Cannonier, bro. That guy can fight. If he'd have won this, I could see them giving him another title fight. He's that good. So I still, even after this loss, that guy ain't a gatekeeper yet. No way. Even though he's 40 years old, Jared Cannonier, no way, no gatekeeper. Not in my eyes.
I was rooting for him because he's the older guy. You got to want to root for the older guy when you're the older guy.
I don't know. I was just
Kyle's great. I have nothing against Kyle.
It was a great fight. Kyle was like unbelievable. I loved his jab. I loved his IQ. I love his attitude. He brings fire to the game. I mean, he's somebody to watch. I'm looking forward to see what they give him next. If he gets the title fight, great. He deserves it. Big Cannonier, bro. That to me, that performance. I mean, did you see Cannonier? He looked like he was out on the ground. He was literally out.
Yeah,
the ref let it go because the last fight before this, they stopped the fight prematurely. So he got a premature stoppage. There's no way Cannonier was out. They stopped it. But this one here, the ref let it go, but he was actually out. If the ref would have stopped him at that time, he got dropped. His eyes were closed, and he rebounded back. I mean, that guy, he's incredible. He's an incredible fighter, and man, think about this. He's knocked out people in 3 weight divisions.
Yeah.
3 weight divisions. Heavyweight, light heavyweight, and middleweight. This guy's got knockouts in 3 weight divisions. Now, it's one thing to go from middleweight up to heavyweight, and that's a great accomplishment. But what about coming from heavyweight down to middleweight? Reverse. Yeah. That's even more impressive because of what he had to do discipline-wise to get there, and the quality of these guys. They get, is obviously, because he's older, they're younger, they're faster. The one thing you lose as you get older, the speed, the balance, that starts going away. The power doesn't, but the speed and the balance, they do. You're not as fast as you used to be. Your cardio, okay, your cardio can stay maintained, but the speed, as you get older, the speed and the balance, that's one of the things that goes away for us older guys. So Cannonier doing what he's doing at 40 years old, being that level, he, like I said, and I think you know too. This guy is he's no gatekeeper, no way. And
yes, I know. I was a little preemptive. A gatekeeper is a little further down the road from the main house of where the top 5 are.
By far.
Maybe 15. Maybe the top 15 is a gatekeeper, you think? Where would you put a gatekeeper?
Well, again, it depends on who it is, though, because if you're telling me that Umar was a gatekeeper when he was number 11 when he fought Corey Sandhagen, then I would tell you he's not a gatekeeper. So it all depends on the fighter, and what they've done and what you see in them, their ability. Like Neil Magny's the 100% gatekeeper, 100%, and he can beat top level guys still. So don't think Neil Magny's done by any means. If he wants to continue to fight, he can fight. He can fight world champion. He can fight the guy. Neil's that good, but I don't give him a chance to win. Cannonier, I don't care who you put against him. Right? He can win. He can win. He's got the ability to win. So no gatekeeper.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that. I was a little preemptive, but that's what I'm here for, to make the controversy on the show. So I was going to show you something. It looked like the guys were having a big barbecue while you were gone. It's like, I'm sure you would have.
They went to Cain Velasquez thing because they love Cain so much that they went to do a barbecue with him on. They were supposed to go on this past Sunday, but they were in Yosemite, right? They were in Yosemite, and they said, "Coach, we're too tired. By the time we come back from Yosemite, could you ask Cain if we can go do it?" Yeah, there you go. Shut up and train. I was with Khabib today. He was wearing the same shirt. Not that shirt. Probably got more shirts, but he was wearing "Shut up and train." And that hat. They put that hat on me today because the sun. I was sitting down outside having breakfast with them, and it was really hot. Not really hot, but I'm not used to it.
They're like, you're like, hey, I like indoor air conditioning. Here's, taking him out for some cardio. He's
so
like,
maybe this is Khabib's new Salt Bay type technique.
I know, and I was going to say that. I was going to say that's the Salt Bay place. Have you eaten at Salt Bay?
Yes,
you have, haven't you?
Yes. I ate in Dubai. Unbelievable.
I was going to say. Now these guys know how to barbecue. Your team's not just great at fighting, but they can fight in the kitchen pretty amazingly. What do you think?
I love my guys. They're the most humble, most respectful guys. I love them so much. They're my guys, man.
And then there's like, well, here they are. I mean, those steaks just look great. I'm hungry now. I wasn't trying. I was like, hey, come get some food, guys.
Yeah. See where Cain's at is like they got a whole bunch of mountains there where he's living, and he told them, "Come, let's go have a barbecue." He wanted to come visit him, so they all went to have a barbecue there. It's a pretty big spread. It's a lot of acreage there and a lot of hills and stuff, so they can do a lot there.
That's pretty awesome, man. That was like, I saw some pictures of them in San Francisco. I was like, look at that. They're having a good time. So that they love San Francisco. I mean, they go all over the world, but once they get to San Francisco, they're like, Coach, we got to go. We're doing Yosemite. We're doing Tahoe. We're doing they love the bridge.
They never did Yosemite. This was the first time they went to Yosemite, and I didn't even ask them what they thought of Yosemite. I know they loved it. But I hate to say it though, but San Francisco, they're not in love with San Francisco anymore.
No,
it's changed. They said it's changed. It's different. It's gone really bad. So
yeah, that part has happened.
They're not a fan of San Francisco like they used to be.
I agree. I mean, like, let's go over the bridge and get out of the city and take the picture in Marin County.
For those government officials that run our great California, get your act together. Make California great like it used to be. San Francisco was a beautiful city, and look what you've done. You politicians have screwed us up. You screwed up everything. California politicians suck. And I'm not mentioning names, but they suck.
Even former people that used to work there that are in the White House that are from that same place, San Francisco, who's saying that they can fix things. I'm not saying any names. You know what I mean? I'm not saying any names. But why haven't you fixed them?
Yeah, well, I mean, how do you allow people to come into your store and ransack your store, and you don't stop them, and then so everybody comes in, starts stealing everything from your store? You work your whole life, to make a good living for you and your family, and someone just comes in because somebody makes the laws that they change it where $950 is now.
Is it shoplifting?
Yeah,
isn't a handcuffable offense.
misdemeanor. So it's not a felony. So yeah, you can steal that. So these guys coming in and rack up your store 10, 15 at a time. And then because of the laws or what happened, the stores won't allow you to stop them for legal purposes. If something happened there legally where somebody got in big giant trouble, so they're not really allowed. So police come in and they catch you, and because if it's not over 950, catch and release. They'll probably never see trial in who knows how many years before they get to go to trial for the misdemeanor, if ever.
Right.
So you make the police difficult to do anything. Their hands are tied on what they can do. I have a lot of good friends of mine in their police department, and they said they can't do nothing with them, catch and release. And some of my friends, what they do is they say, hey, one of my friends is Travis Johnson, is one of my fighters. He's a police officer. What he does is he takes them in anyways. He takes them in and he records, even though it's a misdemeanor, he takes them in anyways, and just maybe that'll deter them, But most police officers catch and release, right.
It's crazy. I have several friends that retired from that same city, and it's unfortunate. I'm glad they found other places to hang out. You were just at one night there and you're back, and this is the last week of Usman's camp, or is any prep or just light work? Or
no, this is his hardest week. He's got Alex Shelby is no joke, man. We have a fight in our hands. This guy can do it all. He can strike. He can grapple. He can defensive wrestling.
Yeah, power.
He's got power. He's got speed. He's got smarts. He's got a great team. I mean, we have our fight in our hands. This is no easy fight for anybody. No easy fight for anybody. This guy's no joke. We have to fight everywhere. So this is a fight. This is a definite fight, and we have to be ready for the best Alex Shelby that we could ever get. Alexander's, he's no joke.
There's any one main area that he's like just everywhere, pretty much, huh?
He's good everywhere. If you look at Usman, he doesn't have weaknesses either. He's good everywhere. So it's just one of those who's better on that night. And I'm predicting it's going to be us, but it's not going to be an easy fight. No matter how you cut it, it won't be easy for them. It won't be easy for us. I feel we're going to win because I feel I have one of the greatest to-be fighters, soon to be. People are going to realize how good Usman is. But again, Alex could be a spoiler, but I'm banking that no.
Yeah.
That's
I think
my
it's
job.
Well, who's going to win. It's your guy. So that's all we care about. And hopefully get some more stuff coming through the pipeline. Any videos coming through this week. Last camp. Haven't seen a lot, but people have been active on Instagram. And I just saw a picture the other day. That's why I brought that one up, the barbecue. But I see them. I wasn't going to go into stories, but I see everybody like, oh, they like California, it seems like, in general.
They like anything that reminds them of home, mountains. They're mountain boys. Even though they live in Mahachkala, but they have the city. They have their mountain retreats too. They have Khabib has like 3 places. He's got Mahachkala is where that's the city, right? Mahachkala's got like a million plus population. Then you go into the mountains, and then you go into the mountains. So he built a giant workout like an Olympic training center. He built a giant center up in the mountains. It's beautiful. It's for like 250 fighters.
I think I saw some film on that. It looked amazing.
It's amazing. It's amazing in the mountains. So it's going to be a great project of his that he's doing, and it's to give back to the fighters and everything. And Habib's a very, very smart businessman. He's got a beautiful heart. Very smart. Everything he does is very good. He's going to do really well in everything he does. And, you couldn't ask for me to have been more blessed than to have someone like him in my life, and all the fighters that come with him, with Islam, Usman, Umar, Tahir, you name it, all these guys, man. They're just, I love those guys. They're so respectful, so humble. Ali, Rizwan, the managers, all man. It's a family. It's a family. It's a family.
Was anybody training today? Because I usually don't do podcasts with you from the office on a Sunday.
No one's training today, but I went to go visit them. I went to go visit him today, and I had a good time with him. And yeah, we're talking about so for those people that think about what you guys think about doing the AK Las Vegas. I'm really 100% now really seriously looking into going to Vegas. So within a year or less, or maybe 2 at the most, I'll be in Las Vegas with another AKA. So for those guys that listen to this podcast, let me know your thoughts on the AK Las Vegas. What do you guys think? Because that's what we're going to do. We're going to do AK Las Vegas. Also, tell me what you guys think about Javier's Choice Tuna. You see this?
Oh, okay. That's awesome.
Yeah, this will come out real soon in the Middle East.
Make it bigger.
It's coming. It's going to come here. This is a mock-up. This is not we just did a print of this real quick, but it's going to be another one. That's exactly what it's going to look like, but it's going to be better images because that's paper quality. But Javier's Choice Tuna is coming, and we're going to be doing that. And I have a lot of things. We're also filming the last day for our pilot for it's called MMA Life. We're doing it this Wednesday, so hopefully it's going to get picked up. I'm pretty sure we'll be on some network soon. Coming soon, we're going to be in a network in MMA Life. So it's behind the scenes of fighting, not the fighting per se. Like you got the Contenders, you got UFC, you got all these organizations. We're going to be the gym life and the life behind what gets you there, the struggles, the triumphs, things like that. And then some actual fight footage. But that's going to be the hard part because when you're filming these things, unless you own the organization or you work out a deal with the UFC or PFL or anybody like that, they're not going to give you any filming. So hopefully, we can. I'm pretty sure the PFL's on the rise. They're doing some great things, and with Bellator, they're doing some really good things. So hopefully, we'll be able to work out a deal. I'm pretty sure we can work out a deal where we can exchange. Deal for deal to help them out grow, and they can help us grow, and it'll be good because I believe that the MMA Life reality show that we got, I think it's going to be a hit. I really believe that. We have the right producers behind it, and let's see what happens. But we're going to final shooting is going to be on Wednesday. We're going to shoot it. And then
sounds good. I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah,
That's
well,
good,
we'll see, right? Because we got to get a network to want it, But right now, I think there's going to be good interest in the MMA Life. So good, and then hopefully, soon we'll find out about Cain Velasquez and everything goes according.
I was going to ask you about Cain. I guess he's waiting for what the sentence will be, and there's a lot of people showing support for him.
Yeah, I have a lot of people talking about starting a petition for him, and I say to all those people, yes, you couldn't want anybody more than Cain Velasquez to be out there protecting you and your children, because there's nobody in my life. If I had my child, there's no way in hell I would want anybody more than Cain Velasquez to protect my child, because that's exactly what will happen. He's there to protect our children. He's not a menace to anything, He's there to protect. But the laws will prevail. The laws will show that this man deserves to be out with us, and he's done enough. What he did wasn't right. I agree. Nobody can agree that it was correct. But when you're enraged, you lose your head. You're not thinking. What do you do? I mean, our family's everything. My boys are everything to me. I don't know what I would do if someone did anything to my boy, or I felt they did anything to my boy allegedly. Right? I would go crazy. I know I would, and I don't know what I would do. I can't say because it didn't happen to me. I would say, I don't know if I would have the balls to do what he did. Or maybe I would. Maybe I'd go worse. I don't know. Right. I do know that's a very touchy subject with any parent. That's a tough one. But what you do as a result of that, I'm not condoning that, but I'm just saying, when you're not in your right mind of thinking when it comes to protecting your child, I don't know what to think.
There's certain lines you don't cross, and sometimes if you cross them, you activate something that's 10 times more dangerous than you estimated.
You can't control it. You can't control it. The love a parent has for their child, it's I know because I have that for my children. That you can't compare it. You give your life for your child. You don't care. That's
you can have laws and all kinds of things, and they don't matter in that moment, because what matters is the law within your family and your heart, and that's where you go with. I mean, I understand it from that perspective. You can't just treat life black and white and just go, well, these are the rules you broke. No, the rules don't matter in certain circumstances in
When
life.
it comes to when your children, man, when it comes to your
No.
children, their safety is the most important, and you as a parent, that's your responsibility. And I'm sorry, but sometimes we lose it, and I mean, there's many cases of this has been going on, and that's why in prison, those individuals that harm children, they're kept away from the general population. Why? Because they won't survive, and if they find out about them, they won't survive, because that's the one law even criminals have in common: you don't mess with someone's child.
You want to know something crazy? At least I pieced this together myself. So a lot of those guys are in jail, some of the roughest, toughest guys. And the crazy part is that's the foundation. Something happened to them when they were young. Someone took advantage of them, and that opened the wild, I don't care, that crazy, painful criminal side. So that's where a lot of they became a gangster, they became a robber, they became a mugger, a killer, because somebody took advantage of them when they were young. So when they see those guys come back to jail, they're like, these are the cause. So even though they're all a bunch of variety of criminals that would be deemed unethical or whatever, they want to smash these guys. And because it's the circle of it all.
I'm sure there's some truth to what you're saying, but
Right.
but I'm sure there's some truth to what I'm saying also. I'm a parent. If I did something illegal and I go to jail and I'm spending the rest of my life in jail, and I see somebody that I know molested a child and harmed a child, I'm not so sure I would want that guy as a bunkmate.
Nope. And that's you can't ethically deal with that. It doesn't work. So I only hope the best for Cain, and 100% free Cain.
We have a great
free Cain.
law system. The system works, not at all times, but for the most part, I think that the system will come through, and I think he's got a great judge. And I think I'm just giving out the good vibes that it's gonna work out the way it needs to work out and the way God intended it to work out. So Cain's a great man, and I love him to death. He'll be my family forever, and yeah. So that's pretty much it. So let the law do what the law's got to do, and I just feel they're going to do the right thing.
As I understand, there's the spirit of the law and the letter of the law. Spirit of the law would be more applicable towards this scenario, I believe. So that's what we have to look at, and I pray and hope the best works out for Cain. And it looks like you guys have enough support behind him that,
No, he's got a lot of support. He's got a lot of support.
Positive focus.
Hey, this guy's the real deal. He's the real deal. He's as beautiful as an individual, as a human being as they come. He's like right up there with Khabib for me. He's right up there.
That's awesome. Well, it's been a great podcast, Hav. Any other last notes? Any other things to plug before we go?
Yeah, I'm still working on that book, guys. The sit down, so that, give me a comment on that too. So, Javier's Choice, the sit down, the reality show, just say whatever you guys want. And then
Vegas, baby, Vegas. I think you should open up in Vegas.
Vegas, AK. I need to know if you guys think it's a good move. I think it's a good move.
It's better for the fighters. They pay less in taxes, lower cost of living.
Cost of living's better, and Vegas is fight capital of the world.
You're right there down the street.
Yeah. So I'd still be here in San Jose though. San Jose, Vegas, and UAE. But in UAE, I don't want a gym. There's enough gyms over there with Team Khabib and everything. It's got gyms over there. So I don't. But Vegas, we're gonna have an AKA. I would say it's 99.9% AKA Vegas is coming.
That would be specialized enough. But I can see what you're saying, because Khabib has numerous gyms over there, and there's so many gyms that it would be like going to a strip mall for you. And the strip mall has like 5 laundromats in the same building. Yeah. Like, I'm going to open up another laundromat. What would be the point of that? So,
yeah, there would be no point. So no, AKA Vegas is coming, and I don't know when, but hopefully, worst case, 2 years.
Exciting. Well, thank you, everybody, and like and subscribe. See you next time on the Javier Mendez Podcast.